Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all in between and outside of that spectrum, welcome to my second Doctor Who review. I still can't believe I've not reviewed Doctor Who before, considering it is one of my great loves. It is one of the things that inspired me to become an actor. So, the episode I'm going to be talking about today is Spyfall Part 2. I am going to try and be spoiler-free as much as I can for the first part. And then I'm going to talk about some pretty big spoilers, but I'm going to give a lot of notice, so don't you worry about that. So, first things first. One thing I want to speak about this episode, which I was so impressed by and so inspired by, is that this episode shone light on two incredible figures in history which led up to the creation of modern computers as we know it today. Ada Lovelace and Noor Inayat Khan. So from my understanding, both of them contributed so much in history, which eventually led to the modern day computers, to everything from sat-navs to the digital camera I'm recording on, to YouTube. Like, none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for these two incredible women, and I am so happy that this episode could shine light on them and give them some of the recognition that they deserve. Because to my shame, I did not know about these two incredible women before this episode today. The curriculum in British schools needs a lot of work. But now, me and tons of young people, especially young girls, will see these two incredible women and they're going to be asking questions. They're going to be asking, who are these two incredible people? How can I be like them? How can I help shape the future of mankind? And that is the best thing about Doctor Who, because it harkens back to the original idea for the show, which is to educate, and today it educated, and I am so happy and I'm so proud of this beautiful show, which I love so much. I'm seeing you guys are seeing my Gallifreyan t-shirt. More on that later. As you can probably tell by the next time trailer, I wouldn't say this one's not really spoilery. As you know, you can see the Master in the next time trailer in different periods in time. What's quite interesting is that you see the Master himself in two particular different periods of time. There's the 1800s and that is the Blitz in Paris. And both those times he wears different costumes. I think that's just peak Master, the fact that he's got different costumes for different events. He's got a top hat. It's up in the 1800s. It's simply wonderful. It's giving me sort of like a Mad Hatter kind of vibe. And he comes in with the tissue shrinker. What's it called? I can't remember what he called it, but yeah, he came with that again. An amazing reference to the original series, and the Master could shrink people down into like this little doll size. It's absolutely amazing. I was so happy about that. And then, of course, in the 1940s Paris, he was dressed up as a Nazi. And I thought that was very interesting move seeing, you know, the Master, this incredible Doctor Who villain, dressed up as probably the human villain of real life, you know, a fascist. Obviously, Sacha Dhawan is the first actor of colour to portray the Master, and I wondered, are they going to acknowledge the fact that obviously the Nazis, the fascists, would have had an issue of him leading them? And lo and behold, the Doctor mentioned that, like, oh, how are they, you know, how are they following you, you know, not exactly match their sort of Aryan sort of love, whatever. And he's just like, you know, it's because of a psychic thing he can do, and I thought, that's brilliant. It's just, I love the fact that just a small detail like that, and I think it's just fantastic. And because, again, it harkens back to the and it harkens back to the original Master, how he could, you know, use, you know, his sort of psychic powers, sort of like manipulate people and all that stuff. And it's just, oh, Sacha just owned this episode of his portrayal as the Master. He is honestly he's just incredible. Honestly, I love it. He's a new Master for a new generation. You know, I can see all the Masters in him, and it's just absolutely incredible. Oh, it's just fantastic. This episode, I even said on Twitter, you know what, I'm going to read out my tweet, I'm going to read out my tweet about, yeah, no, I'm plugging my own Twitter, but I'm going to read out my tweet about what I thought was so great about this particular episode. But this particular opener, in fact. Hold on. Bear with me. There we go. So I said, Doctor Who at its very best. New villains, old villains, mystery, revelations, humour, heartbreak, education, adrenaline, and what's more importantly, hope for better days. And that's just in the first 2 episodes. From now on, there's going to be spoilers. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode yet, please go away and watch it. If you don't mind about spoilers, just hang around here because we're going to be talking about spoilers. So, the incredible scene on top of the Eiffel Tower with the Master and the Doctor, it was amazing. It had me glued to my seat. It reminds me of the scenes back in Logopolis, in Tom Baker's last episode of Them, again on top of a tower, just the way they were talking, you know, and you could tell that these were two enemies who used to be friends, and they know each other inside and out, and it was done so well. And then the Master dropped this little nugget of information that he'd been to Gallifrey and that it's destroyed, and all it is wreckage. I'm just there like, what? Has Gallifrey been destroyed? And obviously it's the Master is saying it, so you take it with a pinch of salt. And I thought to myself, is this real? Is it not? Sort of thing. And you could see something in the Master's eyes that made you think, okay, maybe this is real. Oh, by the way, I want to apologise for my hair. I just came out of the shower, just came out of the bath, sorry, and I thought I'd make this video because I'm about to hop on and play Call of Duty with a few of my friends, Josh and Jake, you know them. So yeah, I thought I'd just make this video first. But yeah, so when I heard that, I thought to myself, they're gonna do it. Is Gallifrey really gone? I want to give out a special shout out to Chris Chibnall for just growing so many roots to the past of the Master, even so much as the Morse code for di-di-di-di, di-di-di-di, just like the drumming in the Master's head. And I thought that was just incredible, because we haven't heard much about the drumming in the Master's head for about 10 years since David Tennant regenerated. So hearing that back, you know, showing how what effect they had on the Master, I thought that was done really good, and I love that little throwback. This episode also gave us the greatest weapon any man could ever have. A laser shoe. The incredible and just lovable Graham had laser shoes because, of course, why not? Because in this episode, full of tragic revelations, old monsters, frickin' showing the very worst of mankind, please give us this wonderful man with laser shoes, because that is just what we need. It was amazing. Oh, it was hilarious. He even threatened to do a dance at one point. It was fantastic, because of course they're gonna get saved by Graham Bradley Walsh with laser shoes, because it's just beautiful. That's his Doctor Who at its very best. It's a mixture of humour, tragedy, it's a mixture of all of those amazing things. Oh, and let's give a special shout out to Lenny Henry, who played an incredible villain, to the point, again, big spoiler, he killed his mother. And it's like, wow, okay, that's a very big woo. That was harsh. I was like, wow, that's. I mean, I knew he was a villain, but to kill your mother, that's something. That's something. I absolutely love the scene in the beginning with the Invention Convention, I'm going to call it, where the Master made the Doctor kneel, and seeing the look in Jodie Whittaker's face. Now that, I think you can tell a lot about the Doctor, the actor played the Doctor, by the first moment they see a Dalek, the first moment they see the Master, the first moment they see these old monsters, and you could see that this was the Doctor looking at one of her most oldest enemies and one of her most oldest friends as well. And it was just, it was done incredibly. There was also a moment where the Doctor was speaking to Nor, I believe, and she was asking her, does the fascism end? Do we win? And she was like, yeah, as long as you keep fighting it. And I think these days there's something we really need to remember, because there's a lot of hatred in the world, and a lot of it is age old, and it's something that we need to exterminate. So we need to get rid. We need it gave a message of hope, which I think was really, really needed. And yeah, I think again a massive shout out to Doctor Who for just putting these incredible women from history in this episode. Like, give me more of that, please. Give us more of that. And now to the biggest revelation from this episode, and that is Gallifrey has been destroyed. And the doctor went there and she just looked at the ruins, and there was a look of pain in her eyes that was just beyond words. And Jodie Whittaker really portrayed somebody whose entire home was gone. And the worst thing about it is not a feeling that she hasn't felt before. The doctor hasn't felt before. The doctor's lost Gallifrey before, and for a brief moment she got Gallifrey back. And now it's gone again. And just seeing the citadel of the Time Lords in ruins, just... You know what, me as a fan, I thought the dynamic of a Doctor being the last of the Time Lords was incredible. I thought it added so much depth to the Doctors, especially Chris Eccleston and David Tennant and Matt Smith, with with Gallifrey being gone. When it came back, obviously, that was one of the pleasant surprises, especially with, in the Day of the Doctor, it was incredible. But seeing this happen again, seeing the Doctor lose her home again, it's going to have such a powerful dynamic. And the fact that she didn't want to tell her companions, that it's something that even she doesn't want to accept, I think that was very powerful. And then the Master, who was sort of locked in that sort of like ultra dimension thing by those creatures. And we know he's going to come back because the Master's got himself. It was a lot like was it Legopolis, the Keeper of Traken? Was it Legopolis? Yeah, it was Legopolis. It was a lot like, Castrovalva. It was a lot like Castrovalva with him being trapped in again, sort of like that alternate sort of reality sort of thing. But he'll get him. He'll find his way out. Also, his TARDIS is sort of just lying there somewhere. I think, man, it was just powerful. When the Master said it was he who did it, and he said he did it because he found out that the Tunnel's been lying to them, which harkens back to the cliffhanger from the first part. Everything you think you know is a lie, and he mentions something called like the Timeless Child, and it's just. And there's so much mythos to the Time Lords that Gallifrey has given us. That was... Come on, man, we're going to find out more about Gallifrey. What's the lie? Who's the Timeless Child? I've got some theories. Is it Omega? See, I really want to play Omega. So I kind of want it not to be him. If it is him, I know they'll cast somebody amazing to play him. But if it's not, then I'm still going to hopefully, play it one day, inshallah, by God's good grace. And yeah, so I'm really, really excited for that. It's good to have an amazing, because I love series arcs, and the fact we're going to get one, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're going to find out so much more about Gallifrey and Time Lord lore and mythos in the series. I can already feel it. So my hopes for the series, I hope we find out what incarnation of the Master is this. Is he after Missy? Is he between John Sim and Michelle Gomez? I want to find that out more. Also, it's going to be interesting because I feel like our finale will be, we thought the finale was going to be about the Cybermen and all that stuff, but it looks like the finale is going to be based more around the Time Lords and the Master and all that. So yeah, I am very, very excited. My wishes for the series that you know what, I feel like Jodie Whittaker is going to be amazing, even more amazing than she was last series. I can just see it in her eyes. This is going to be a Doctor holding a burden for this whole series. It's going to be very painful. I feel like it's going to be interesting when she finally trusts her family, and tells them what happened. So yeah, guys, that was my review of Doctor Who Spyfall Part 2. Please let me know what you thought of this amazing episode, and what are you thinking of Series 12? Isn't it incredible? I can't get enough of it! So yeah, guys, like I said, let me know what you think of this episode. I want to hear all your thoughts, and yeah, like I said, Alonzi, Geronimo, I just want to say you guys were all fantastic throwing in Doctor Who references there. So yeah, stay beautiful, stay wonderful, and stay you. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you next week. And there's going to be more vlogs coming, all of that stuff, because I have been slacking, but no more. 2020, this is our year. Stay beautiful, guys. Peace out.